Words to do. Come on, lads. Come on, come on. Come on, boys. Come on. Loads of words to do.
My name's Bob, and I'm the pioneer of Sim Rugby. Could I describe Sim Rugby in 2 words? Yes.
Well, here we are. Twickenham, the home of rugby. Well, now, it's the home of Sim Rugby.
Yeah, I've got it.
You've got to be fit, you've got to be big, you've got to be powerful, you've got to be skillful. Now, you need really good eyesight. How many other sports do you spend a long time just looking for the ball?
Come on, it's there somewhere. Okay,
There'll be a time when you'll say ball rugby and the young people will say, what's ball rugby? Is it like Sim Rugby?
Well, good work, lads.
There's so many different ways to pass it. The old man. Think of an old man with sort of old man legs. Catherine, Linda, Catherine. They're very similar passes.
Very good. Nice giraffe. Nice giraffe. OK, boys. Good work today. Very impressed with what I've seen so far. And I think we're ready for a game.
Do I have any fears of Sim Rugby? Yes. I think that it might squeeze out every other sport ever invented.
Yes, come on, let's go. This is it. I can't believe it's actually happening. Come on, that's good sim work. Pass it straight down.
Sim Rugby, it's like antimatter. We all know it's there, and it's only a matter of time before it takes us all over and burns us from the inside.
Use the wingers, come on. That's beautiful. Come on, pass it. Great sim work. It's a try. Yes! Yes! We've done it. This is just... We've finished it. Our first game of Sim Rugby here at Twickenham.
The passion I have for Sim Rugby would enable me to dance across the universe. If I could eat Sim Rugby, I would. That'd make myself sick and eat it again.
Sim Rugby!
Sim Rugby!
Well, thank you, Rob Hitchmeister, for starting off the show for us. And what a show we've got for you today. We've got people who've never told a joke before and people who've been doing it for ages. I've got my friend from Malaysia to send us a video. So you are in for a really special treat. Hope you enjoy the show. We've got so much in, I'm not even going to say any more. Enjoy!
I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Any one of you been to Kuala Lumpur before? Awesome. For those of you who haven't been, you have not missed much. We are just the Birmingham of Asia. This is the first joke I told at UK immigration. I have autism. Autism happens when one part of the brain grows faster than others. For me, it's my forehead. When I was 5 years old, I have not started speaking. My mom was worried about me, so she brought me to see a doctor. Doctor, look at my baby. Is she deaf, mute, or just stupid? The doctor did some diagnosis on me and said, Mrs. Heng, don't worry. Your daughter is just like a proton car. The power window to her brain does not work. I believe you are wondering what a proton car is. It is Malaysia's national car that we are still learning to be proud of. For 30 years, the power window still doesn't work. We purposely made it that way so that Singaporeans won't claim it. This get a way bigger laughter in Singapore. Because of my power window problem, I am a bit slow. In a room like this, when you all listen to jokes, you will laugh immediately. I will laugh a bit later. At home. For those of you who not laugh, don't worry. You are just like me. Speaking about laughter, according to laughteronlineuniversity.com, there are 15 types of laughter, ranging from the softest to the loudest. As an autistic, I can only pick up 3 types of laughter. The first one goes like this. Ha 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 ha. That's the real laughter. The second laughter goes like this. It's the polite laughter where you're thinking, you suck, but I pity you. And the third type of laughter goes like this. The UK immigration laughter. People can be unkind at times. I once had a boss who told me, Juliana, you don't look autistic. I told him, that's okay. You don't look like a boss. People also tell me, Juliana, you have autism. Does that mean that you have commitment issues and you're unable to hold down a full-time job? That's not true. I am having my current job for 2 years already. Thank you. I am a full-time part-timer. All I'm saying is, being unemployed and staying broke takes a lot of commitment. Any unemployed here? Okay, no worries. And the thing is, people ask me, okay, Juliana, you have autism. Does that mean that you cannot drive? That's not true. I am a very conservative driver. My maximum speed limit is 50 miles per hour only on the oncoming lane.
I'm queuing at the toilets at a shopping centre the other day, as one does. There's 6 cubicles, one of which is a disabled toilet. I've always wondered, why is there only ever one disabled toilet? Is that even fair? I'm next in the queue. Somebody's leaving the disabled toilet. All eyes are on me. Everybody's watching me. But I don't hesitate. I make my way straight to the disabled toilet. I have no shame. And that's when the tutting starts. Tut, tut, tut. I do hate tutting. Why do people have to tut? Why don't they have the balls to actually say what they think? I go in and close the door. I love the disabled toilet. It's bigger. There's loads of room. There's even a little area to leave your bags. There's a huge mirror. I'm going to do my makeup. I think it's treat time for me. It's me time. I think, fuck it, I'm going to take my time. I spend about 45 minutes in there, oblivious to the 20 people waiting in the queue. I finish. I come out. All eyes are on me. Everyone's staring. The next person in the queue is a little old lady in a wheelchair. She's staring furiously at me. Well, at least I look better now I've got makeup on. She's yelling at me, how dare you? How selfish. You're not allowed to use this toilet. I think I'd rather she'd tutted. I attempt to limp. It's not working. I actually trip up in my extremely high-heeled boots, which ironically I'd only just bought half an hour earlier. I fall to the ground. I'm humiliated. I'm defeated. I get up and leave. The next day I'm back at the shopping centre, taking back everything that I bought the day before, including my now broken new boots, back at the toilets again, and who should be in front of me in the queue? The little old lady in the wheelchair. She must have the same bladder clock as me. She looks at me. She recognises me. I redden. She's furious and she's shaking her head. It's her turn next. Somebody comes out of one of the regular toilets. My eyes are on the lady. I can see her calculating her next move. And before I know it, she's off. She's wheeling herself to that toilet, and I'm thinking, stuff this, I'm not having this. And I literally race her to the cubicle door. We get there at the same time. I'm not a fast runner. I stare at her. I shout at her. How dare you, I yell. How selfish. You're not allowed to use this toilet. I squeeze myself into the cubicle. I close the door. I've won. I make my way towards the toilet bowl. I peer in. There's an unidentified floating object in there. I gag. I can't stay here. I leg it out of the cubicle. The little old lady is still there in the same position. I look at her. I smirk. You know what, love? You better take it. You obviously need it more than I do. I start walking away. She grins at me. She thinks she's won. She goes in. I go into the cubicle next door her. I go in and I'm thinking, I've won. I sit down. Shit, no toilet paper. I'm almost pursing my lips, about to tut, and then I catch myself. I now yell over across the cubicle to the little old lady. Please, can you chuck over some toilet paper? I meekly shout over. I hear her laughing. I'm gutted. She chucks it over. I finish. I come out, she comes out. We face each other. It's 1-1.
I may not be the most experienced girl in the game, but I've got a lot of passion. My approach to business is to aim high and not let anyone stand in my way. I'm like cling film. You either love me or you hate me, but either way, I'm sticking around.
I do believe the failure of this week's task was down to Barbara. I mean, I know I was the PM, but I feel like she really led the group. She led it to disaster the minute she decided to order all that cod liver oil.
What actually is net profit? Like, what's the net?
Sunglasses! Get your sunglasses! Only £12.50, bargain!
We're meant to be selling handbags?
Oh wait.
Today, the interviews.
Good morning, Tracy. Why don't you take a seat? Thanks, Maggie. I beg your pardon? Sorry, hun, do you not like Maggie? No. My name is Margaret, and it's very rude of you to assume otherwise. Oh, soz babe. Right, well, I'm afraid I'm the one who's soz babe. I'm afraid I'm going to have to just tell Lord Sugar to simply not hire you. I don't know what he was even thinking bringing you into this process. Whoa, that's a bit out of order. Have you read my business plan? Unfortunately, I have. Your plan is to start your own TV production company with the first show to be a show about yourself. Yeah, it's called Tracy on TV. Yes, I can read. Thank you, Tracy. This is clearly just a way for you to get your 15 minutes of fame. It's not a real business plan. Yeah, it is. I talk about all sorts of business-related things. Your estimated turnover after a year in business isn't even a figure. You've just put probably loads. Well, I'm not psychic, am I? Your marketing strategy is non-existent. That's not true. I'm going to do leaflets. You describe yourself as an influential icon with the potential to be the next Gemma Collins. 100%. Well, let's see. You're not influential because you don't influence anybody. You have about 400 followers on Instagram, which is pretty pathetic. You're not an icon because you've done nothing of note. And if you are the next Gemma Collins, then you certainly have no place in the business world. That's a bit harsh. Get out.
Talk to me about Tracy.
She's a joke, Lord Sugar. She hasn't even got a proper business plan.
Oh.
I don't know why you even selected her for this process, let alone how she's made it this far. In short, do not hire her.
All right, Margaret. Thank you. You've certainly given me a lot to think about.
And now some more shots of the London skyline, because this is filmed in London, and the boardroom is definitely in London, the city's great capital, London.
Welcome back, guys. Now I've had a conversation with my colleagues about your interviews. based on those conversations, I'll make my decision. Barbara, Stuart, you're through to the final. Go back to the house where there's a treat waiting for you both. Now, that brings us on to you, Tracy, and you, Simon. Your performance in the interviews was as disappointing as the year 2020. It is with no regret that I tell you, you're both fired.
I have been absolutely robbed. Barbara's business plan is a total joke. I think she's selling cakes or something. I mean, I started in primary school. I guess the world just wasn't ready for me. But one day they'll see. I'll be like Lady Gaga. A star will be born.
Hello and thank you for joining us here at WholeLotta Comedy. And tonight we have 3 more comedians that we haven't met here before. So we've got Gilly Webb, Liz Chase and Georgia Thorpe. So we're going to start off with the jokes they brought us. So first over to Gilly Webb.
Hello everybody. Hello. How are you all? Are you fit and well during lockdown? Have you noticed the joggers must have missed the lesson in class that said 2 meters is 6 inches? Have you noticed that? Anyway, I've been inspired by my mother recently. Do you know what? At the age of 60, she started walking 5 miles a day. She's 97 now. We don't know where the hell she is. Don't know where the hell she is. Can't find her. Never came back. Don't know where she's gone. Anyway, Muriel, my friend, let's get back to this keep fit. Muriel, my friend, said, start with something gentle that makes you breathless. So for a second, I thought, perhaps I'll start smoking again. No, kids. Don't do it, kids. It's not good for you. Anyway, where was I? Joggers. Jogging is rubbish because I try to do it on the spot and all it does is spill your bloody wine. That's all. Have you ever seen a jogger smile? Have you? No. They walk past or run past with a superior look. Aren't I the fit one, you fat, sad slug? They glide past with their good looks, their flat stomachs and a future. Anyway, where was I? Another reason that I don't think we should go jogging. Aren't joggers always the ones that find the bodies? They are, aren't they? You know they are. Anyway, I'd like to say I have nothing against joggers. They're keeping fit. That's fine. Mind you, I got an exercise bike the other day and I got it in my garage. And I went in the other day to dust it. It had 3 months' work on it, but there we are. it's there. So, let's be willing. Anyway, what else can I tell you about jogging? Nothing. I think that's all I can tell you about the jogging. Anyway, I'm off now to fight my way through a profusion of Amazon boxes in my hallway. So all I can leave you with is keep fit, stay safe, keep jogging. I've been Gilly Webb. Bye.
Bye. Well done, Gilly Webb. Thank you so much. And we're going to move straight on now to Lil Chase.
Resting bitch face. That's a nice person on the inside, looks like a bitch on the outside. Well, I have the opposite problem. Resting nice face. I may seem like a middle class, well brought up, lovely lady, but really I know I'm better than you and I want you all to piss off. There's one day I'm feeling even smugger than usual because it's rush hour and I have a seat on the tube. A man gets on. I'm not sure how old he is, but I am sure I don't want to give him my seat. We should triage people as they get into the station. You're 60, but in perfect health. You're 30, but you've broken your leg. You're 6 months pregnant. Take a seat. 6 months pregnant, but out of wedlock. Get out of the station, you tart. Because, of course, you never know what a person is living with. Some people are battling invisible conditions. I'm one of those sufferers. That day, I had an awful hangover. So the train gets more crowded and the man gets pushed closer to me, so close that his buttocks are right in my face.
No.
Definitely old. But I really don't want to give up my seat. And then, oh God, he farted and his arsehole is right there, so it's right in my face. And now there's no doubt, this is old man fart. Babies' fart smell of milk and pureed veg. Teenagers' fart smell of kebabs and sexual perversion. Farts in your 20s smell of cheap booze and cheap food. And farts in your 70s smell of all those years put together: milk, pureed veg, cheap food, old speckled hen, and hot polyester. Oh, and it was bad. They say revenge is a dish best served cold, but it turns out it's a dish best shot through a loose sphincter at close range. Oh. And don't forget, I'm hungover. So when he farts again, I jump off the train and spew all over Putney Bridge Station in front of a packed rush hour crowd. He takes my seat, and as the train pulls away, he grins at me. What a bitch. He had resting sweet old man face all along, and I'm thinking, well played, my friend. If you were 40 years younger, I'd pretend to like you.
Woo! Thank you very much. And the last one we have today is Georgia Thorpe. Welcome, Georgia.
Oh, hello everybody. So here I am. So every morning I do an exercise class with Leslie. I found her on YouTube. She says, take a moment and clear your space. So I move the chair and the sofa and the wine and the empty pizza box, and I sweep up my hopes and dreams, get rid of the 3 cats. Oh, one more thing. Move, Grandad! She looks at me through the camera lens and says, I know you are making good choices. I'm eating a Mars bar and a packet of Jaffa cakes. Oh, but they're all right. Sometimes Leslie has other people in her group. I don't mind. Until she starts picking out her favourite. Nikki. You know, Nikki with the hair. Nikki with the face. Nikki with the future. Yesterday, she let Nikki lead the group. Nikki is gracious. She moves like a ballet dancer. Nikki, this is an exercise class. You're not auditioning for the ballet. I was annoyed, but I have actually tried Mr. Motivator. For those of you that don't know, he was around in the 80s, you know, with his leotard and his pouch. Well, he's come back. Now he just wears the pouch. I don't like it. It's too big. I don't know why I said that. I don't know. It's there. I don't know why I said that. So look, they say it's 28 days, takes 28 days to change a habit. I tried to leave my house last week and I couldn't get past the front gate. You see, all my exercise has taken place in a 2-meter square. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, side to side, side to side. But I realized if I did a grapevine sideways, like a grapevine, just get outside the front gate. That's all I have to say. I'm off to, I don't know where I'm off to. That's it.
Thanks for coming, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.
Oh, thank you. That was hard. All right, then. Take care, everyone.
Hello. How are you doing in lockdown? I was going great guns. I even had a virtual cat for a while. But he was wreaking havoc. And he was costing me a fortune in gourmet cat food. So I had to get rid of him. And then after a couple of days, this fly appeared. And I just couldn't get him out of the house. Every place I went, he was there, driving me insane. And then I decided reverse psychology. I'd welcome him. And I began to realise that he was choosing me. Every place I went, he was there. I even started feeding him sugar. I got very attached. I haven't seen him now for 2 days. I really miss him. This lockdown is a funny thing, isn't it?
So, lockdown's given me a lot of time to think about things, important things, serious things. And I've come to the conclusion that raisins are the twats of the food world. They think they're brilliant though. Have you noticed? Ooh, sprinkle me on your porridge, pop me in your curry, shove me, anywhere you like. No! Frick off, you currants. And don't be mistaken for thinking that they're a healthy snack for the kids. The amount of sugar in the bastards, you may as well give Anthony and Tallulah a fucking candy cane to suck on. But you know what really grates my goose? It's the fact that they are fraudulent, dishonest wankers. You heard me. A crime is being committed here, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not just talking about the crime where you nick a 5p carrier bag from Sainsbury's and get away with it. I'm talking about identity theft. We've all been there, nip to Tesco's, treat yourself to what you think is a chocolate chip muffin. You get home, pop him on a plate, seductively remove the cupcake case, and what do you find? Raisins. And it was in one of these darkest moments of hatred that I wrote this rap. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Yo. This is a message to the raisins sitting on the shelves in Tesco selling for no reason. Raisins. This is what I want to say. You're making me so miserable every single day. You hide in my cookies, dressed up like chocolate chips, and then I only realise when you're touching my lips. I've got to tell you one more thing, it's sitting on my mind. You're just a shriveled grape, and I'm not being unkind. So now I'm done. I've said what I needed to, and now I think you know. It's over, that's me and you.
You're on your first date? It can only go up from here, right? Yeah, good. Anyway, for those of you who are worried about me, don't worry, I am taking precautions. I don't shake hands with anybody, nor do I do the football hooligans thing. I just go back to the virus-busting way our ancestors used to greet. So I'm now trying to teach that to my grandkids, but the youngest one is just 5 months old. I mean, she doesn't understand. First of all, you have got to explain to her about coronavirus. How do you explain anything to a baby? Anybody? How do you teach babies? Yeah, I'm glad you said nursery rhymes, yeah. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm teaching my baby about coronavirus. Do you want to hear that nursery rhyme? Yes! You're my kind of crowd. Coronavirus is coming here. Coronavirus is coming here, my dear baby. Wash your hands with water and soap. Wash your hands with water and soap, my fair baby. And you also got to tell them what not to do, right? Do not use a surgical mask. Don't Do not use a cylindrical box. NHS needs them. And then you got to also teach her as well as tell her about what's going on in social media, right? So you combine the two and you say, social media spreading rumors, spreading rumors, spreading rumors. Social media spreading rumors faster than the virus. And then, you know, from there you go on and you have to teach her about other things, like what else is going on in this country. Like what happened with Pretty Patel? Yeah.
Yes.
You all heard about that? Yeah. The most civil servant resigned because of her, and then it comes out that other departments where she was, some junior civil servants also resigned. So now I'm educating my baby about that as well. Luckily, I have a nursery rhyme about that too. Do you all want to hear it? Yes! You're still my kind of guy. Pretty controversy. Is this the last straw? With civil servants, young and old, quitting all in a row. And then I move on to the world stage. And when you move on to the world stage, you got to speak, tell her or teach her about the greatest leader of the greatest country on earth, as he likes to call himself. You know the one I mean, what people call the greatest clown on earth. Yeah. Donald Trump. What's going on in his life? He was the Democrats tried to impeach him recently, isn't it? Yeah. And based on what he apparently told the Ukrainian president. And Donald Trump, what does he do? He says fake news, and he says lies. But his friend Rudy Giuliani supported him. Nancy Pelosi, the leader of the Democrats, she tried to impeach him. But then Mitch McConnell in the upper house, controlled by the Republicans, they spoiled it, didn't they? They outvoted. So now I'm telling my baby about it. When she starts nursery, she's going to be the most informed baby. Do you all want to hear that? Yeah! I'm glad you said yes. Okay. Sing a song of fake news, a Twitter full of lies. Sing a song of fake news, a Twitter full of lies. Trump and Rudy Giuliani caught telling a lie. Trump and Rudy Giuliani caught telling a lie. When the Democrats heard this, they took the piss. When the Democrats heard this, they took the piss. What was Trump doing? Trump was in the White House tweeting bullshit. Trump was in the White House tweeting bullshit. Nancy was in the lower house plotting against the git. Nancy was in the lower house plotting against the git. What did Mitch do? Mitch was in the upper house marshalling his troops. Mitch was in the upper house marshalling his troops. Then out came the Republicans with their pooper scoops. Will you know that? Trump's bullshit with their pooper scoops. How am I doing my time? Time up. Okay. If she doesn't, she might get me before the coronavirus, so I'm going to go.
See this glass? This glass here? This is no ordinary glass. Oh, it may look like an ordinary glass, but it isn't. This glass is my husband's favourite glass. Of all the drinking vessels we own, this is his favourite. And I've been hiding it. He hasn't seen it for a few weeks now. Since lockdown started, in fact. Well, we have plenty to drink from. How childish is he, wanting to use this glass only? I can see him now. He's smiling at me, But he's not smiling at me. He's smiling at the glass because he knows that he now has it back. But there is a problem with this glass. Oh yes, there is a problem with this glass. Not with any other glasses. This glass. And I'm going to tell you what the problem is. This glass doesn't fit in the dishwasher, which means that I have to wash it by hand every day. But not just once, not just twice, could be 4 or 5 times, because as soon as it's washed, it's back in use again. Now, you may think that I'm being childish, but I'm not being childish. I think he is being totally unfair, even cruel, to keep using this glass just so that I have to wash it up again. And what's so special about this glass? Nothing. No, I don't ask my husband to do anything, and believe me, he doesn't. The only thing I ask him in the 30 years together, the only thing I ask is him not to drink from this glass. Now you may think that I'm being very petty, making him not drink from this glass, but I am not being petty at all. It's him that's being petty. Oi, what are you doing? That's my mug there.